Kevin. What are you doing?
Hey. Oh, well, I was just tigging around here a little bit. So a question I actually get quite often is, hey, you seem to do a lot of TIG welding. Why? Why do you like TIG welding so much better than MIG or stick or oxy or something like that? And I thought, well, you know, you're actually right. I do like TIG welding a lot more. And there's really only, you know, 2 or 3 reasons that I could think of. So I guess one of the biggest reasons I like TIG so much is simply because it's so clean. Compared to any of the others, it is so darn clean. This is a little bell stand that I'm making for just a little bell, go hang, you know, go sit in the garden someplace. And just doing all this TIG welding all along the edges. And then I'll just come back and just touch it with a grinder. Just barely, just feather that edge, 1 at a 45 right down the middle, just to kind of round it all off, make it all smooth, make it look like it's a solid piece that I bent, rather than 4 pieces that I fabricated, put all together. Of course, what I keep hoping, if I get enough time under that helmet, burn through enough of these darn filler rods, that my welds will all start looking like this one does. And yes, this is my weld. This is what I was doing at the start of the video. If I could do that the whole way, I wouldn't even grind them. I'd just leave them just like that, because that's just purty as all heck. It's just time, practice, you know, spend more time welding, different positions, you get good. After a while, you get good. I'm kind of good. I'm getting there, I'm learning. So run all this, you know, fill all that in, blend it all in, get a base on it. But it's clean. That's the big reason I love it. As long as you've got a good fit, as long as your joints are nice and tight, you don't have a big gap you have to come in and fill. That's for the MIG. That's the MIG's job. But for TIG, nice, tight, clean joints, weld that puppy up, grind it smooth if it's in a, you know, in a flat surface like this rather than on a joint. There's nothing like it. And when I'm talking about clean, you know, no smoke, no soot, no spatter like you get with a MIG or with a stick, where you get all the little dingle balls hanging all over it. You have to come back and grind off, because there's always one that you miss. And you'll either catch it on your hand, or you'll send it in to get powder coated, and it'll come back with a zit. You know, it'll come back with a little bump right in the middle of it someplace because you missed one.
So that just doesn't happen with TIG?
When you're doing it correctly, no, you don't get any of that. It's clean, it's neat, it's pretty. You know, I'm working on the pretty part. Clean and neat, I got that part. And the last thing that I love about it so much is it's quiet. You know, normally I've got the radio playing, you know, turn on some light rock, turn on some jazz, you know, turn on whatever the heck I feel like that day. But you can at least hear the music. You know, if somebody wants to walk into the studio and they say something, I can hear them, rather than like having a MIG running where it's got all that, you know, all that crackle and hiss and pop and all that noise running that you have to listen to. Also, TIG, just about silent when you're doing it right. So, speaking of doing it right, I'm going to get back to this and finish this job up. You guys, I'd really love it if you'd reach down here and hit that subscribe button for me. I'll see you next time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get back on this. You guys are going to hit that subscribe button for me, okay? I'll see you next time. I guess I got to turn it on.